There's just something about travel. It changes you. My name is Kade, and my hope is that travel will help me discover exactly who I really am. This is my adventure after grabbing a ticket anywhere. Why travel? Why does this strike my fancy so much? And the answer is because it gives me the opportunity to experience different things. I'm a huge proponent of pushing myself outside my boundaries and outside of my comfort zone in a big way, and so that's something that I seek out. And getting on a plane does nothing but enhance and enable those opportunities. Inspirations come in a lot of different forms. I mean, I've always been interested in television shows that centered around travel, so things like The Amazing Race, things like a Canadian television show that most Americans have never even heard of, which is called Departures. Shows like Road Rules back in the day. The first couple of seasons of that was a great travel show that really focused on people, focused on adventures, focused on experiences. And I hope that that's what this channel becomes. With a couple people who have been in my life who have pushed me along in this way, right? I mean, obviously there's Colin Wright over at Exile Lifestyle, and there's Natalie Sisson at Suitcase Entrepreneur, and there's Matt Wilson over at Under 30 CEO and now Under 30 Experiences. That's a great set of people who really have inspired me and pushed me to get all my stuff in line and go in the direction that I needed to in order to create something awesome like this. You know, I grew up with a great opportunity to travel. I got to travel pretty much every summer. I went to great places. But because of school and master's loan debts and everything else, I haven't been out of the country since 2006. And so the opportunity to travel and the opportunity to go and see Costa Rica came up. And it just seemed like everything had finally clicked. And so I raced around, bought the rest of the equipment that I thought I might need, and now I'm getting ready to jump on an airplane here in just a couple of days, and I couldn't be more excited about it. I mean, in the past, I've done these different experiences and different experiments before. So, you know, I did a podcast called Meet My Followers, which was an audio podcast where I interviewed a different Twitter follower every day. And that was a lot of fun to do, but it was a lot of work. And I was so dependent on people's schedules and this and that it just became almost impossible to do. You know, I've spoken in front of thousands of people at conferences and at events, and it's something that I really seek out, and because that gives me the opportunity to learn something new about myself, but also learn something new from someone else, and hopefully gain a friend or two out of it. So, you know, these experiments are always big and massive and scary, but that's what makes them worth doing. This show is entirely done by me. There's no cameraman, no producer, no legal staff, no nothing. It is 100% me and my cameras. All four of them that you will see through the show in different situations, different things. Awesome guy on a bike over here. And so it is just me. I mean, there's no support staff. All the video editing is mine, so there are going to be some really bad edits. There are going to be some really bad music tracks backing this because it's what I can find and what I can afford. And so that, at the end of the day, is kind of it. And that's the reason why I'm going to ask for your forgiveness for the first couple of months while this is going on, and I'm getting my own workflow going and my own process here. So, I mean, I really want to thank you guys for watching this. And Costa Rica came up because I got an email, and that email suggested randomly from an airline partner to come to Costa Rica round trip for about $600 from Phoenix. And, it just clicked. It was the right thing to do, and travel is something that I had wanted to do, and now I'm financially capable of doing it. I mean, I've got the resources and time to do it, so why not? Why not take a jump at this and take a shot and see what exactly might happen? Before I knew it, I was headed to the airport. But in order to get to San Jose, I had to fly through Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, I'm here at Sky Harbor. It's 10:45, and my flight doesn't leave until 1:15. And why would I come to the airport so ridiculously early? Because this first leg is not actually an international leg, so I don't need to be here this early. Well, the real short version is I have a lot of equipment, obviously, right? I mean, I'm shooting, a lot of film, a lot of opportunities for me to record things. And one of the pieces that I absolutely desperately wanted to bring with me was this wonderful shoulder mount. It's a spider mount. It is awesome. It allows me to get a lot of different shots and have them look really, really good. At the same time, though, it's big and it's metal, and so I can understand why TSA might have asked me to have checked it. Fortunately, they did not, so now I get to go through the process of completely repacking both my bags. Alright, well, so that got handled. 20 minutes later, bags are much lighter, much more able to be compressed in the critical areas so that I can get, especially the backpack underneath my seat. I couldn't be happier about it, but now, as is a tradition, always when I'm in Terminal 4 going on US Airways, it's time for me to go grab a beer at Blanco's. Unfortunately, they had closed for the night, and so begins the waiting game. Through a little travel hackery, which I will outline in a bit, I was able to pick up a first class ticket at no additional cost. So I'll be flying first class all the way down to San Jose, which is a huge release because it just makes it so much easier to get on the plane early and make sure that I get this stuff in the overhead bin so I don't have to worry about that at all. Fortunately, because I was sitting in first class, I was able to keep my tradition of having a beer before takeoff. With everyone in their seats, we departed for Charlotte with the moon hanging just above the end of the runway. Today's question for you to respond to in the comments about is, what is the latest departure you've ever been on? New episodes of the show are released each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and please click that like and subscribe button, guys. On the next episode, amazing sunrises at 38,000 feet, breakfast in Charlotte, and a very wet welcome to San Jose.